please welcome to the stage the creator of Summer Game Fest and your host for this evening, Jeff Keighley.
Ok, hola y bienvenidos a un nuevo directo en el canal de Qué Manía. Y bueno, el día de hoy vamos a ver este evento especial de Death Stranding 2. Vaya, ahí está Jeff Keighley, ¿no?
He showed you a scene of Neil, where there's going to be a lot more Neil tonight. There's going to be a lot more Hideo, and a lot more of the cast in the game that we're going to show you at this very special event. You know, this is a special moment for me because we announced Death Stranding 2 with Hideo.
Bueno, espero que esté entretenido al menos. Me subo un poquito el volumen.
To be a couple weeks away from the launch of the game, and tonight, of course, Mr. Kojima will be here, but you're going to get the first live game demo, and you're going to see some stuff that you've never seen before from Death Stranding 2. Multiple clips of it. You're going to get a great sense of this game.
Hola, Flipado, bienvenido. Muy buenas noches. ¿Dónde está mi ídolo? Kojima, dice. Bueno, ahora viene. He invitado a Jeff Keighley, su gran amigo. Va a salir para Xbox algún día. Que mira que el primero salió, ¿eh? Ahí está. Ahí está, Hideo. Ahí está tu ídolo, Flipado. Bueno, eso me encantaría de cargar de traducir, me parece. Bueno, el que viene con Kojima, ¿no? Vaya. A ver si entendemos algo.
Well, Hideo, as I said, I know it's been a long journey to get here. The game is complete. Now you're beginning the world tour, and we're starting it here in Los Angeles, where we announced the game a number of years ago. I'm sure you must be.
Y si mi gallo Norman Reedus, puede ser que salga. Hay más sillas. No, le está preguntando, ¿cómo te sientes, Hideo?
I've been creating games for 40 years.
Creado el juego en 4 años.
But this time it was special. We had the pandemic. And I became a little sick during the pandemic. And I thought I would never finish DS2.
Bueno, está hablando un poquito de la pandemia.
But I made it.
Pasaron varias cosas.
I'm here today for the event. And I'm happy as ever. Thank you so much, everyone.
Está feliz y está agradecido con todos.
They're going to be even happier when I think they get to play it. You know, we're all itching, obviously, to play through the full game. I got to play some of it, and everyone here is going to get to play it when it comes out June 26th. Why don't you tell people what you have in store for them tonight, for those of you here in the audience, and of course, all of you watching the live stream as well?
Well, I edited a couple of trailers you've seen. And I think you're full with
Bueno, el
trailers,
juego está
right,
completo,
Mike?
Ya sale este mes.
We love them.
However, Street Day is right around the corner, and I don't want to give any, secret away, so I'll show you a little opening and also the gameplay, and also invite some cast, and I hope everyone could just enjoy that as a show tonight.
Fantastic. You guys into that?
Bueno, nos vamos a mostrar cositas. ¿Cuánto dura? No lo sé, Flipado. No creo que dure mucho. Máximo 1 hora. Mínimo media hora. Lo bueno es que vamos a tener gameplay. Mira lo que quiero ver.
The COVID pandemic, I know that you were, sick for a while. It was a challenging time for you personally. And I know that affected the story that you wanted to share with the players in that game. So could you maybe talk a little bit about the journey to bring us to this day?
Bueno, le está preguntando que relate un poco la aventura, ¿no? Lo que tuvo que pasar hasta hoy en día. El tema de la pandemia.
That area, the social situation was everyone was divided, solitude. So I made that as a theme in DS1. And I said, everyone, let's get connected. And right after that release of the game, we had the pandemic.
Explicando un poquito que la sociedad estaba dividida y buscaba cómo conectarla.
And I experienced a lot during the pandemic, and since we had internet, we had this connection over digital during the pandemic, which was great. But it moved on too much to digital, and we forgot about analog connection to meet in person.
Bueno, ellos saben que el juego en sí trata de conectar a la gente, ¿no? De crear esos puentes para unir a la gente. Y dice flipado. No, ahora me va a tener aquí para ver al repartidor de Amazon a 10. Por su ídolo tiene que aguantar. Van a tomárselo con calma, parece esto.
Well, it was just in my head, when I first, and I'm not going to reveal that, so,
Me está preguntando de 2 juegos y por ahora no va a decir ni tomate.
A big part of the story of this game, with you coming here to do a lot of the performance capture with the cast as well, right?
El cast, la gente que ha participado en la captura.
Come to LA probably a lot. I have a lot of friends here as well. And when I was a child, I saw a lot of dramas like Chips and all these based on Starsky and Hutch, all these California, LA thing, and I loved it. And I wanted to be a homicide detective of LA police, but I couldn't be that, I wanted to, but that's how much I love LA.
Well, we're glad to have you here. LA loves you, Hideo.
Lo de las policías, dice Felipao, el juego de Kojima ni tomate. Claro que está en... Let's Stranding 1 está en Xbox ya. Y usted lo tiene, creo. Nada más debe estar contento porque llegó Final Fantasy 16 a Xbox.
And it was, as someone that loved DS1, DS2 really takes things to the next level and adds a lot of new elements that we'll talk about tonight. But I think it really has refined a lot of the ideas that you had in the first game. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the shirt that you're wearing.
Vamos a hablar de cómo está vestido.
Tell us about this.
Well,
háblenos de eso.
I've asked Pablo Uchida to draw a new poster. And you remember the DS1 poster he drew, and I'm a big fan of him, so I asked him again to draw a poster for DS2.
No poster.
Wow, well that's beautiful, and that's a first look at that poster there as well.
Está bonito.
Amazing. Well, thank you for sharing that with us, Hideo. Where is that going to be used? It's a poster, but we'll...
Yeah, posters, or
este sí va a ser exclusivo para Play.
like the title of the novel that I'll do. I'm like
Pero
marketing.
después ya saben que se libera.
But it's not for the game package. The game package is, as you know, it's Sam and Lou. So that would be the key art for the game.
Great. All right, well, we have so much to show you
Parte
guys today, including a
del
bunch of
arte del
gameplay
juego.
from Death Stranding 2. And I'm sure you're excited to bring out some of our guests and hear from our guests. So first of all, we have a special video message from our first guest. Let's take a look.
Ok. Primer videito del cast.
Hi everyone, it's Elle Fanning here. I play tomorrow in Death Stranding 2 on the beach, and I know the team has put together a very exciting show for you today. I'm so sorry that I couldn't be there, but I will reconnect and see you all very soon. Have fun.
Bueno, está contenta y lamenta no estar ahí, ¿no?
Tomorrow, and we'll be seeing some incredible footage of Tomorrow in action. Don't want to spoil anything, but you're going to learn a lot more about Tomorrow tonight. And of course,
Algo dijo de mañana. Bueno, no queremos spoilers, pero
makes
bueno.
sense. But now let's welcome some of our other special guests to the stage. First up, she plays the role of Rainey in Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Please welcome to the stage the beautiful Shioli Kutsuna.
Bueno, esto parece una entrevista. Se van a tomar esto con mucha calma, ¿eh? Así que advierto de que todo esto puede ser muy ZZ. Viene más gente del cast del juego. La Troy Baker.
And finally, let's bring out someone who's deeply involved in the music of Death Stranding 2. He's flown all the way from Paris, France to be here. please give a warm welcome to Woodkid.
Me parece que estaba como ligado a la música. Entonces no es tan normal. Reduce. No está. No, trajeron. No.
All right. Let's, yeah. Check over there.
Por allá, dice por allá. Que sí hay más lugares.
We're all here. All right. Well, let's take
O
a
tal vez
seat
son
and
los
get this
primeros
show
tres.
started. First of all, I want to ask all of you guys about your involvement with Hideo.
Bueno, voy a preguntarles
Jolie,
algo.
tell me about how did you get involved in this project? How did Mr. Kojima reach out to you?
I got a text from my friend, actress.
¿Cómo se involucraron con este proyecto?
Japanese actress. And she was like,
Ella por una amiga.
Hideo wants to be in touch with you. And I had no idea what she meant. But the next thing I knew, I was at his office and with like a huge screen with like the most coolest artwork of my character. And he was like briefing me with all the details and just like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hideo, why did you want to have
Bueno,
Shirley
al parecer
in
la amiga le avisó y ella no sabía de lo que se trataba hasta que,
I
bueno,
have a Japanese
ya está.
character.
アジアの人 CG にする
Like,
とかなり難しいんですよ。
it's very difficult and challenging to have an Asian kind of person as a CG, and I wanted to really, really do my
まあ
best
英
this
語
time.
で喋って日本語でも
But
喋れないといけないので
You know, it has to be someone who could speak
両方ネイティブの人
native English and also speak
まあしおりさんを
Japanese.
狙ってたんですけ
And I
ど
always thought about
ア
Shiori
ドレ
as
スがわから
casting,
ない。
but I didn't know her address.
菊池凛子さん
So I knew Rinko
友達やったんで
Kikuchi, my friend.
メ
So
ール送って
I kind of mailed her saying, "Hey,
彼女のアドレスを聞
I
いたん
need
ですけ
her
ど
address." You know,
凛
and
子
she
さん
told
は
me.
凛子さんは私には役はないので
And Rinko was like, "You're not asking
Vaya,
me."
el
you
traductor
know,
también está
but
subiendo un poquito.
Never mind. I wanted to just, contact Shiori.
Well, it worked out. You're incredible. We're going to see some scenes, I know, today, featuring Troy. You have a long history with Mr. Kojima across multiple
Troy tiene una
franchises.
historia larga con
and,
Kojima.
Higgs is back
Con Mr. Kojima.
in DS2, but you obviously started collaborating with him on Metal Gear and now into this.
Colaboró con el
Tell
Metal
us a bit
Gear.
about, returning to the role of Higgs 5 years later. How does it feel?
That's a weird
¿Cómo
thing
te
to think
sientes?
about. It's been 5 years. First of all, whenever you have a new project like this, a new idea, no matter how experienced you are, it's always a little scary to come up with something new. And you guys have been so incredibly supportive. And in 5 years, we've watched this community grow
Desde ya probó la demo de Final
to
Fantasy,
such an
claro, hace
amazing
tiempo,
level,
Felipao.
and with such voracious support for this story, for this character,
Felipao, ya es tiempo
for
de
all the
cambiarse a
characters.
la
And so to come
X.
back to this 5 years
¿Ya la
later,
probó?
after
¿Usted en la
seeing-
serie S? No sé
I gotta
si
say,
ya está
Higgs
disponible la demo.
cosplay
Supongo
is
que sí,
like
¿no?
next
De
level,
Final
y'all.
Fantasy
And
XVI.
it is always cool every time. So now I can see how much this story, how much these characters, and especially the story that we tried to tell and the message that we try to communicate with this game, how much
Parece que le ha gustado la
resonated with
historia a
you
Troy
guys.
Baker
So to
y
come in
el
5
mensaje,
years
¿no? Y
later and
comunicar a la
go,
gente.
okay, now let's take it up higher. We all rose to that challenge, and I think that we did a damn good job. I can't wait
Asumió
for
el
you guys to
reto.
play it.
I would agree.
Bueno, han hecho un gran trabajo.
Woodkid at South by Southwest, it was revealed
Por eso
your
le digo,
collaboration
ok,
with
Felipao.
Hideo. And tonight we'll talk a lot about
No
that.
sé, te
'cause it's a
hablaba que
very
ahora
deep
y los juegos más tarde.
collaboration, that you had across the score and soundtrack, and we'll hear
Hay varias cosas por probar, ¿no?
of your incredible work
Tengo que
tonight.
publicar unas cosas más
But
y
tell
de
me,
ahí
how
ya
did this collaboration
estoy
begin
libre.
with Hideo?
Hideo called me on
El
for
compositor.
the director's cut of the first
Bueno.
episode, the first installment, and he wanted to use 2 songs from my second record on it. And it was, of course, a honor because I grew up with Hideo's games, so it was just like a dream coming true. And I think just during the pandemic or something, I think he called me and be like, "Would you want to come and work differently now, like writing music?" And that's how it started. Just me going to Japan right after lockdown, I think, and starting to work in the offices. And that's how it all started, what you're going to see tonight.
Yeah, I know you spent a
Bueno,
fair
están
amount of
contando
time
la experiencia
actually
de
in
cómo
the KJP office. And this
llegaron a
was a
trabajar con Hideo,
different
¿no?
level of collaboration for you, Hideo, I think, with a musician. Tell us a bit about that.
Él es encargado de la
僕
música.
の
Well,
まあ、オフ
I have my little office, you know, and then there's a meeting space right next to it. So I said, this is Yoan's room. And he comes early in the morning and it goes late at night. And every time I go to the bathroom, I kind of stop by and say, hey, what's your new song? And he made me listen to the, you know, and I also did like the training with him together, like stretch in the morning with my trainer. So it was a really strange relationship. He was there for like a long
está
time.
contando su experiencia. Pero
I wasn't abducted. There was no.
aquí ahora nos mostrarán gameplay, ¿no?
It was consensual.
But I think, you know, your games always have music as a key through line, and it feels like for this one, you know,
Bueno, la música es importante, ¿no?
An emotional connection to the story,
La conexión emocional con la historia.
trying to convey not only through the lyrics but through the music and tone. So I'm sure that was part of your storytelling in many ways, right?
Parte de la narrativa.
Well, same as movies, music is like, I don't know, maybe 80% is like important. Music is important. Like sound effect
Es
as well.
importante.
Like
El sonido es
music,
importante.
sound effects.
El sonido es
There's
efecto de
could be
sonido.
like a total silence, and that could be a sound effect as well. So a game, you have a controller, you have a monitor in front of you, a 2D, and you just have a music or sound effect coming in, you know, 2D. You don't have any temperature, you can't taste anything, but if you have sound effect and music, you get more immersive, and it
Lástima,
also
no tiene
kind of affects
subtítulos
your
en
emotion
inglés,
through
Me gustaría
the music. You might not need a
poner al menos
dialogue
subtítulos en
sometimes. You
inglés.
have like a happy song or a sad song, and it really
Estoy hablando de la
evokes your
música,
emotions.
sonidos
So I think music
alegres,
is that way
tristes,
very
se habló también de los silencios.
We'll see some demonstrations tonight, I think, of how much music is key to the experience of DS2.
Claro, el sonido es muy
All right, well,
importante.
we've got much more to talk about, but I think you guys are here also to see some footage that's never been shown before of Death Stranding 2. And before we get to the gameplay demo, Hideo has prepared a couple of clips from the game that he wants to showcase for you. So first of all, we're going to look at Tomorrow, played by Elle Fanning, and Rainey, played by Shioli, in-game. Do you want to tell us anything about what we're about to see, Hideo?
Well, I already shown this at Tokyo Game Show, but today I wanted to show the English version of it. Tomorrow and Rainey's relationship, you'll get it in the English dialogue.
Great. Okay, here's the first look at that clip.
Veamos este primer vistazo. Sí, por fin. A ver.
Thank you.
In the place where I came from, no one gave birth to babies. They just stayed inside their mother's bellies.
Well, in our world, babies are born and grow up to be adults. Or at least they're supposed to.
It's only natural.
Ella se llama Tomorrow. Ahí interpreta Tomorrow, la que no estaba presente y mandó el video. Por eso dijo Tomorrow. Okay.
But Rainey's baby will be born, right?
In due time, of course.
Ahí esa marioneta, muñequito, medio raro, ¿no?
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Raindrops are
Hay un
falling
bebé
on my head. And just
en
like
camino.
the guy whose feet are too big for his bed, nothing seems to fit. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling.
So I just did me some talking to the sun.
Oh, that was terrible.
I thought it was pretty good, actually.
So you'll be a mother who gives birth to her baby.
Mm-hmm. And I just can't wait.
No puedo esperar.
Talk about terrible, Sam. I've heard dogs with better tone.
Bueno. una pequeña secuencia nada
Well,
más.
let's talk a bit more about the relationship between Tomorrow and Rainey. Hideo, what can you tell us about what we should take away from that scene about their relationship?
¿Qué puedes decirnos de esta
サム
escena?
の旅をして、
Well, Sam is
マゼラン号というのがつ
traveling,
いてくるんですけ
and
ど、
you have this Magellan following you.
仲間をどんどん呼ん
And in the Magellan, you kind of
仲間が
group
増えていくんですけど、
your members onto the
ト
Magellan.
モローもレイにもちょっと
And
特殊能
Tomorrow
力ある、
and
ちょっ
Rainey,
と過去にいろいろある
of course, has
まあちょっと
special
孤独な人たちだった
abilities, but they were
まあフラジャイルもそうですけど、
even fragile. They
で
were
マ
like
ゼラン
very
に入っ
lonely,
て
so
ど
they
んどん
come
距離を
in
縮めていくという。
and you're closely, slowly connecting with them as well.
で
Hablando de la relación ahí
So
del
Sam,
grupo.
たった一
in
人で
DS1,
世界を
he
つないでましたけど、
connected the world just
今回
alone.
は
But this
通
time,
信圏内であれ
you
ばマゼラ
have
ン号を呼べるの
you
で、
could summon the Magellan once
帰
you
れました
connect the
いつでも。
chiral
そ
network.
こ
So
に
you
彼
could
女
go
たちが
back,
いると。
and they will always be
サム
there
にとっては
for
一つの
you.
家ですね。
So to Sam,
で
it's
そこ
almost like
で
a home.
彼女たちのまあ
So
人間関係
you
を
could see
まあ人
the
間が育っていくのを見
of
ていく
how
と
they
いう
grow inside,
So you
as a
know,
team in the Magellan. So that's my goal there.
Shirley, we heard you singing there, I think, right? That was your voice?
Yeah.
What was it like recording that scene, but also getting to sing?
Well,
¿Qué le gustó
we
esa escena?
sang it. I think did we shoot that scene?
Parte de cantan,
Yeah,
¿no?
we shot that scene as well, but in addition, there was ADR, and I'm doing the voice for both English and Japanese, and I don't sing usually. So I think I was nervous the most to shoot this scene because it's like
Nerviosa, usualmente no canta,
completely
creo.
silent in the ADR room, and you can just hear your voice back. But it was a fun scene.
Well, you sound great.
Creo que cantó en inglés
Uh,
y
absolutely.
japonés.
Troy, we know that you sing, and you sing damn good.
Yo sé
We
que
actually
cantas y
heard your
cantas
voice
muy
the
bien.
first time, I think, at the DS2 reveal trailer at TGA. We heard you doing Higgs doing BB's theme. So, can we expect some Higgs singing in this game?
If he lets me, absolutely. If you
Hideo?
don't know, like I got my start. I thought I was going to make my dent in the world
Vaya.
as a musician, and life went no. And instead, I've got this really cool other path for you to follow, and I'm grateful for that. And one of the things that I love most about working with Hideo is the fact that he looks at who we are as people, and he infuses that into the character. And that is something that is such an honor, and I don't say that lightly, because it's so much fun just for someone to go, hey, I want you to sing, or I want you to create your music and this thing that you've always been passionate for. I'm going to make you do something you're not comfortable doing, but that becomes a part of the character. And so I'm grateful. He gave me a chance to sing. I did my best. I hope you guys like it, because definitely
Bueno, está elevando a
the
todos.
music, the bar
Está
for
elevando
music
todo.
is super high. So I'm just happy to try and vault over it.
Fue genial,
あのね、
excelente.
Well,
ヒックスは最
Higgs
初ギター持ってなかったんですよ。
didn't have a guitar
で
at
コロナの
first.
時に、
And
まあ
during
世界中が辛い思いしてる
COVID,
時に、
when I was, everyone was
YouTube
feeling
かな、
low, I was
トロイが
watching maybe
ギターを弾いて歌っ
YouTube,
てた
and
ん
I
ですよ
saw
ね。
Troy's channel, and he
すごい
was
感動して
singing with a guitar, and I was really touched. I knew he could sing,
¿Ha
but
visto
I
algún
thought,
video que me
wait,
parece del
he
canal
could
de Troy
sing really
Baker?
good. So I talked to Yoji.
Algo,
I said, hey, can you
algo de una
design a
guitarra.
guitar
Y,
for
bueno, está
Higgs?
contando una anécdota, me parece.
Can I design a guitar?
ちょっとネタバレに
So
なるとあれです
I
け
don't
ど
want to say so much to spoil things,
トロイずっと歌ってますね。
but Troy is just constantly singing in the game.
期待してください。
So don't worry.
Lots of Troy
Can I
music.
tell one more
Algo de
story?
como que va a
Just
estar
one more quick
cantando
story. This also speaks
constantemente
to
en el
how
juego.
open he is
Nah,
to
no
what
se
we
preocupe.
do. So you guys have seen this part. The first thing you ever see when Higgs comes in, and he goes, Sam the man, same as it ever was. That was a rehearsal. Because when I hear the line, same as it ever was, I automatically think Talking Heads. You know what I'm talking about, right?
No entiendo.
So I do that thinking there's no way they're going to keep that. Someone from legal's going to go, what are you, crazy? And he goes, that's it. So that was the first time when I got to sing in Death Stranding 2.
Well, having played the game, I know there's a
No,
lot
la
more
primera vez que
Troy
canto en
coming.
Stranding.
Woodkid, we heard your, your
Vaya,
Wild
parece
was an
que-
incredible song. We heard your voice on
Bueno,
that.
están elevando el sonido. Parece que van a
Beautiful,
hablar un
amazing, emotional
ratito,
piece of
ponen
music on the
videíto.
trailer at
Hablan un
South by
poquito,
Southwest. It's also
ponen
available
videíto.
as a single. Tell us about the collaboration with Hideo, because you've done over a dozen different tracks with him, some vocal, some instrumental. Tell us about how you approached, collaborating with him for the music.
With a lot of respect, first of all, for his work and for the work of Ludwig and Lauror and just the path that has been written on the first game. So I was very humbled, and it's all about making procedural music. So it's a bit different in this game because it's not just taking some pop songs and putting them in the game. This time we've tried to engineer songs that were completely procedurally rebuilt by the engine. So it is procedural music. It is music that evolves based on the gameplay's actions, on the gameplay sequences, and it is so
Y el Pau también está en la plataforma azul.
Very
Grande Kojima dice.
of music, so I had to reverse engineer the tracks and really build them through musical theory and almost building our own samplers. So that the
Bueno, está hablando de cómo hicieron con la música, ¿no? Ya con términos técnicos. Bueno, disfrutó hacerla, disfrutó el proceso de ir armando la música, haciendo la música.
Bring to life in music, or how do you collaborate on that in the lyrics and the feeling?
Yeah, Hideo came in the office with just the idea of making a song first. That would be kind of like a lead single for the game, but it came with the script, and I have this pile of paper I try to digest, and then the only thing that came in my mind was the idea of wilderness, and To the Wilder was something that came really quickly. I remember we had a demo and it was just humming stuff To the Wilder, and the To the Wilder came. I was just in the very early on in the kind of random lyrics that I wrote.
Ah, que ahora ponen videíto,
that I like. And then I built all around this idea of what it is to be wild, but not just as a landscape.
Bueno, ese directo es para gente que tiene mucha paciencia, o que ha venido a escuchar, ¿no? Cómo se hizo el juego, qué dice Kojima, qué dice el cast.
He made it very quickly, so I listened to Shiori as well with their character. So during the performance character, there was this rainy scene that we had to shoot with Shiori. We kind of put that music on the set. On that timing, the Rainey's theme, so that she could act according to it. So we did that too. So even during shooting, I kind of used his, draft songs to kind of evoke the emotions.
Wow. Well, we're going
to hear much more about the
soundtrack a little bit later.
Yeah, soundtrack.
But I know you have something else to share with us as well, Hideo, right?
Yes, it's tomorrow's L scenes, and she's a mystery character, but she has special abilities.
¿Está hablando de Tomorrow?
Personaje misterioso. Actually, really actions and moves. So I thought I'd bring in that scene. Don't be too surprised.
Ese tiene varias escenas de como de
acción. This is when the event
acción.
starts to get crazy. Wait until you guys see this scene. Let's check this out. Tomorrow.
Véanlo ahora. Bueno, ahí está Tomorrow. Pues es su habilidad especial. Uy. Como Noob Saibot se mete así, ¿no? Oh. Bueno, ella está haciendo todo el trabajo. Y se levantó. Se recuperó como nuevo. ¿Qué pasó? Ahora sí. Se lo llevó.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Come on, right? Crazy game. Well, now you can see some of what Tomorrow can really do in the full game. Hideo, give us a little bit of
Tienen que ver
context. I
lo
don't
que
want to
hace
spoil much,
realmente
but what are we seeing there about
Tomorrow
Tomorrow's
en el juego.
まあサムよりズロはちょっと問題あるんですけど、
Well, it's a little problem. She's stronger than Sam.
まあタールが出るんですけど、
Well, she has
彼女の
tars
体から
coming out
それ
from
が
her
時間
body,
を進めるんです
and that, precedes the time, right, when something touches.
まあそれぐらいしか言えない。
So I think that's the only secret I could tell you right now.
In that scene also, you talked about your collaboration with Woodkid. Woodkid, I believe that's some of your music that we're seeing there, right, as
あの
well?
曲もヨアンの曲ですね。
Yes, it's a Yoan's song, yeah.
So tell us a bit about, what can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it's a song called Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Where'd you get the name?
La canción se llama
working on
Tomorrow.
that title.
Vamos
I
a
remember
escucharla, se llama
seeing
Tomorrow.
that scene and being like blown away by the strangeness of it, and I thought that we had to make a song that was completely deconstructed because there was some kind of craziness in it that had to be reflected in the music. So it's this kind of industrial breadcore that is fully randomized by in the process of composing it. It was just we had the engine kind of randomize everything, and I composed everything with like tools that helped me randomize the music. So it is so random. Hopefully in a good way, but it's like it's just breaks over breaks, and it goes crazy, crazy, crazy. And I remember Hideo always pushing me like more crazy, more crazy. So it's like
Tiene algo más loco,
we had
le
a lot of
decía
fun editing
Hideo.
that
Very,
scene.
yeah, very arresting, amazing scene. Shirley, that's another side of Tomorrow. Is Rainey jealous of her abilities?
Yeah, I mean, how cool is that scene? I
Me
remember
está
when I
preguntando
first
sobre las
even
habilidades de
watched them
Tomorrow y que está
rehearsing
buena la
it
escena.
with like this strange, I don't even know what you call like this equipment that can do all these kinds of moves. I was so jealous. It was so cool.
Troy, we
Vaya,
don't
sí,
have
va
a
a ser así la
Higgs
dinámica.
today,
Sale
unfortunately.
videíto, les pregunta a todos qué
I
opinan, qué les
sent you
parece.
one and you wouldn't play it.
Too many spoilers, Hideo said.
Too many spoilers.
But Higgs, obviously. What can you tell us about Higgs in this game? What will Hideo let you tell?
I mean, dude, we went talking about going nuts and crazy. I thought we went crazy the first time. Nope. Nope. I will say this. Get juice. We're just going to say no spoilers because we want you to play the game. We're not going to show you everything right now. But
No
what I
queremos
can tell
spoilers.
you are there are scenes that I'm really proud of. I mean, I'm proud of the game, but like when you step on it, it's easy to go, okay, I know what this is like. I know how to do this. And every scene was something that was like, I don't know if I can do this, man. And there's some great story that we get to really unpack, some parts of Higgs that we get to unpack in this, and I'm grateful that we did. I'm grateful that we didn't leave everything on the dance floor the first
Bueno,
game.
está
There
hablando un
is
poco
more to explore
alabando
for
la
Higgs in this, not
historia,
just my
de la
character, but everybody.
historia. Y
Leia's to do, oh my God, in this game. We haven't even talked
Roger,
about her
yes.
yet. You guys don't even know what you're in for. So I'm grateful that there's no shortage of ideas when it comes to Hideo and the vision of this, but also like that we as performers get the opportunity to try to execute that. And obviously we want to live up to the vision. We want to live up to our own expectation. But now, just like you said, it's been 5 years, second game, the bar is higher. More than anything, what everybody that stepped foot on that stage or into the office wants to do is give you guys the experience that you're not even expecting to get. And we blow past those expectations. That's what we want to do. Yeah.
Algo como que estará a la altura o sobrepasará las expectativas de la gente.
Today I don't have Hixie.
Es el segundo juego, ¿no?
But how many played DS1? Remember, you battled so much with Higgs. This time, I'm gonna make you battle 3 times more. And you're gonna.
Van a haber más combates.
Go like Higgs again.
3 veces más combates.
But at the end, you might cry a bit.
Y al final de repente como que llora, ¿no?
Well, we've seen a couple scenes. I know everyone's very eager to get to the next part of the show because I understand we're going to show a live demo of DS2, right?
La demo.
Well, it's going to be released soon, but I wanted to show you the real opening part of the game.
Va a ser el opening del juego.
Overlap with the DS1 opening as well, deliberately. And one more game scene is, well, it's the kneel scene.
Yes. Fantastic. Yeah, we're going to see multiple sequences from the game, and we're very mindful of not spoiling anything for people that are going to see it. But yeah, I know we're going to start out with live playthrough of the game. As Hideo said, you're going to see the literal opening kind of 5 minutes of the game. And it's going to be played live by a member of the KJP team, Yoshike, who's backstage right now, or he's actually going to come out here right now, and you're going to meet him. And he's going to play it on a PlayStation 5 Pro for you today. Here's Yoshike. Came all the way from Tokyo to play the game. He's a.
Yesterday he was practicing, and he was so nervous yesterday. He had a bad stomach yesterday. He's okay today.
Bueno, estaba nervioso, estaba un poco mal del estómago ayer, pero está bien.
He kind of made a mistake at the rehearsal, so if he goes game over, I'm sorry. I'll apologize in advance.
And backstage, he's literally for the past 2 hours been playing again and again and again and again because he's so nervous about it. But the
Está hablando
opening,
de la gente que
you'll see
está detrás,
the battle
¿no? Del
scenes get a little
escenario.
more intense. But yeah, we're going to show you
Nos va a enseñar
the
algo.
first sort of 5 minutes of the game. You'll hear some music from Woodkid.
Los primeros 5 minutos del
anything you
juego.
want to do to set this up, Hideo?
Yeah, let's show it.
Okay, so we're going to look at the beginning
Listo.
of Death Stranding
Vamos a
2
verlo.
for the first time. And remember, this is
Ahora sí.
all real-time in-engine on PS5 Pro.
Me? I've always
Wow, recuerdo esto en tiempo real, dice, ¿no? En PlayStation 5.
across rivers.
Creo que dijo en PlayStation
An endless day.
5 Pro.
They come to deliver something priceless. A glimpse of a life I've never known.
Bueno, al menos tiene subtítulos en inglés.
My sole connection to the outside world. And I know they'll be back again today.
Aunque la vez está medio raro. Va y viene el audio. Bueno, vamos a ver los primeros 5 minutos del juego, lo que dijeron. Así empieza. Y ahora mismo el copyright debe estar atacando. No sé cómo lo escuchan, pero el audio no sé, está medio raro, ¿no? Creo que se arregló. Tal vez se oye. No haremos ni tomate, dice. Seguro es un juego largo, ¿no? Ya saben que Kojima tiende a poner todo como si estuviera en una película.
Sorry for the cheering, but we have like flashback scenes and also from DS1 scene, an explanation for the DS1 scenes in the game. So they're appearing in that part.
Okay, sure.
So we're already in the game. This is in the border of Mexico and UCA.
Es como la frontera entre México y Estados Unidos.
After the ending of DS1. So you see Sam here, and he's just living on himself, delivering. And Lou, 11 months old, is actually delivering with Sam.
Está poniendo en contexto, ¿no? Cuánto tiempo pasó desde el primer juego.
So this is a tutorial stage. So I want
Este es
people to
como un
learn
nivel de
the
tutorial
controls or the basic controls, the
para
basic
conocer los controles.
So this is already in the game.
Ya estamos a ver si vamos a jugar.
And okay, we're gonna change the camera a little bit.
Open
Con el
world.
cambio de cámara.
And we could maybe zoom it a minute. Yep.
¿No? Ok, estamos jugando en tiempo real, estamos jugando ahora mismo. Nuevamente, esta primera parte es el tutorial.
All right, let's change the camera here. And
Vamos
that's
a la cámara.
the goal. It's Sam's hideout.
Ese es el objetivo.
So the first mission is to go back to your hideout. That's a simple mission. Yeah.
Bueno, su primera misión
So it's an open
parece que
world,
llegar
so
ahí.
you could go anywhere. And I want people to, learn the controls. You could go anywhere. So let's move on. So listen carefully here. When you run, you hear the drum rolls, right? You stop. No drums. So the music arrangement changes. It's a Johan's Woodkid song, but it will change according to
Como que la
players'
música
actions.
cambia, dice, de acuerdo a las acciones.
So even it also changes according to which route you take. So he's on top of the hill. You hear the melody. You have the rhythm coming in. And then, okay, let's go sidetrack a little bit. So the rhythm and the melody goes away. And you're going to slowly start to hear the strings and the piano. So this is the same song, but the soundtrack will differ according to how you play it, to each player.
You're guided by
So,
music.
Bueno, habla de
so
que
I
la
have to
música es
say
cambiante.
thank you, Woodkid, because this was such a difficult job. It's almost like autoplay, right? Auto music. So you could go anywhere here. Oh, there's a chiral creatures. But we could go into them, but let's avoid them for now. They won't attack you unless you attack them, so you could just move away using the sensors. It's the same. The red places are slippery areas. So you could climb quite steep hills. You don't have so much equipment at this stage, but you could still go. All right, let's go back top on the mountains, and you'll hear the rhythm and the melody coming back in, the chorus.
Credits.
And also, let's move on. And the camera changes at sometimes. I call it like the Peter Jackson camera. And if you don't like this, you could hit the button and the camera will switch back. And I also, when it's during this camera, you won't fall. So I kind of, programmed that you won't fall. But you need to balance. It's not as easy as you see. And you could go anywhere, right? And you have to kind of learn the balancing so you won't fall. You don't want to fall. And also this time, the map changes real time because you have natural disasters like earthquakes, floods, forest fires. So I'm going to show you a little bit of the earthquake. Yeah, there's a small one coming. And this is a small one to predict a bigger one, but you need to keep balance not to fall off. All right, let's go a little further. But then a big one's going to come. You have to really stand still and balance, otherwise you fall.
Ahí tenemos que mantener el balance ahí con los temblores, que parece que son seguidos.
Now you could imagine if this was a snowy mountains, you get like avalanches. So as you can see, the map changed. Now you can't go there anymore. And Lou is starting to cry because was scared. So let's soothe Lou. Okay, let's see the movement of the controller here, as you can see. And you could
Hay que calmarlo porque está con miedo el niño.
Or you could close-up. You could see the close-up of Lou's face and...
Y miren, tiene que mover el control como para calmar, para que pare de llorar.
Okay, Lou is now happy. Yeah.
Ya está contento, listo.
All right, let's
Está sonriendo.
put it back.
Listo. Ya está, misión cumplida.
So you have to take care of Lou too. All
No
right,
tenéis que hacer
we're
eso.
gonna cut here because it's gonna have a long distance, but that's the beginning.
What'd you guys think of that? Incredible. Amazing to see the world, the music, and all that come together in such a beautiful way.
El mundo, la música.
Well, we also now want to show some other gameplay moments from the game. We're going to skip a little bit ahead, right? And show another gameplay moment. So,
Yeah, it's a delivery game, but I want to show the delivery process, but I think you'll be bored watching delivery. Of course, playing is fun, but watching is different. So, I brought in like an action scene. So you remember Cliff, played by Mats in Death Stranding 1. So I have a little bit character that resembles that.
Lo de calmar al bebé.
Sam goes into this unknown world.
Pero eso se puede hacer con un control de Xbox, no creo.
On that area. So it's a battle scene.
Se pone a llorar justo cuando salen los bichos. Sí, pero en un control de Xbox no se puede hacer eso. Solo en un DualSense, supongo. Oh, bueno, tiene
well, it sounds like he's ready backstage, so let's take a look
Play 4 también,
at
control de Play 4.
this battle sequence from Death Stranding 2. Real live gameplay.
Vamos a seguir viendo este gameplay.
So,
miren, los juegos artificiales.
remember the last time was different wars, but this time it's different natural disasters. So this is representing the fire. So you have like fireworks and things like that.
Recuerden, los desastres naturales, el fuego,
and there'll be like lavas flying around, and you'll see like this ghost, we call it remains. You see some ghosts walking by as well.
Él va a mirar como fantasmas. El control es diferente,
so yes, the fire starts to spread.
Bueno, entonces han agregado esa mecánica de usar el control para calmar al niño.
So there's this fireworks still going on, and all these lavas falling at you. Well, actually, the lavas is as part of the whales, but anyways. And you see the warriors, we call it, who is guarding Neil, comes out. So you could go to the right and sneak, but you won't battle. So this time, I know everyone wants to see battle, right? So we're going to go through the middle this time. And since this is Australia, I'm going to use a blood boomerang, right? So Sam's blood is in there. So okay, it's a little hard to see, but I think he's aiming. I think he won't make a mistake here. Yeah, good hit. And boomerang comes back.
Boomerang.
But if you're not good at battling, you could actually sneak away as well. You could always have that option. All right, the boomerang came back. All right, we got. All right, the fire is starting to spread. Yes, all these things flying around. So we use something called the tar cannon. It's a little heavy equipment, but you could distinguish the fire. You could even put out forest fires, but it's very heavy, so you have to, think about when you're carrying this. And you could, oh, they find you now. The warriors found you. But this tar cannon is actually usable as a weapon, so you could shoot the warriors too.
Usado como arma también este dispositivo.
Alright, we're gonna take out the fire. Well, of course you could take any route, but let's go through the middle. And it's a very heavy equipment, so he's a little slow. Yep, watch out.
Hey.
Okay, from here it takes a little while, so I'm gonna skip. So there'll be more warriors coming up.
Yes.
Y bueno, más guerreros van a salir.
And I think Yoshike did a good job, yeah?
Yes.
All right. We're going to skip to the next scene for the battle.
Pasemos a la siguiente escena
Neil
de
is waiting. And the
pelea,
warriors, 4 warriors
combate.
are waiting.
4 guerreros están esperando, dice.
This is a difficult part.
Esta es una parte difícil.
Could you pray for Yoshike-san, please?
And one thing we should say, Hideo, is this is from pretty early in the game still,
De que
right?
esperemos, ¿no?
Yes, it's from... Well, you met Cliff a couple of times, but Neil, the same. You go numerous times to this world, and it's the natural disaster. This time it's fire, as I said. It could be like the earthquake or the flood, kind of, so you go to that
Nos
world.
está hablando de los incendios, de
All right, well, let's take a look now
temblores.
at this, the continuation of this sequence, battling Neil.
Vamos a tener una nueva secuencia.
So Sam has a lot of equipment. So we're going to show you a little equipment as well. Like, okay, let's wear a cap. So we
Ahora
have
va a
so many
utilizar
caps,
su gorra.
but this time you could reverse the cap when you wear it.
Y también puede
Norman
utilizarla
does
hacia
this.
atrás,
So
increíble.
you could kind of wear
No me
it
lo esperaba,
reverse.
¿no?
Great improvement. Also the
Excelente. Sí,
backpack.
así yo me la
You see
pongo
the
la
back
gorra, ¿eh?
plate,
Muy
which
bien.
protects you, or the rotor storage and grenade pouch, and also chiral anti-gravity device. I always put that 3 so that helps my I could put a lot of weight on my backpack. But okay, this is the, of course you could change the colors too. But so this is the equipment this time. We have a lot of things on our back. Let's battle Neil.
Y vamos, vamos. Vienen los enemigos. Epa, viene el que se parece, o la escena que parece Metal Gear, ¿no? Los 4 guerreros. Ahí está, cuidado, no el copyright, no. Son los 4 guerreros y bueno, uno más, ¿no? Epa. Creo que se llama Neil. Adelante. Y ahí nomás seguramente.
Okay.
Ahí está.
We're
Sí, es
going to
Neil.
confront the warriors and Neil.
Ahora tenemos
So
que
let's do a little stealthy
enfrentarlos.
first.
まあニールを倒せばいいんですけど
Well, we're just trying to
Ya
defeat
sabemos que es una
Neil,
trampa,
but
¿no?
今ピン打ちました
we want to get the warriors too.
ウォリアーズが
So
出てますけ
we'll
ど
find one warrior.
Así que tenemos que encontrar al
Sneaking
primero.
behind.
Que está escondido por ahí.
And
Ya
we
está.
got him with the rope.
はい倒しました
Yup.
Lo reventó.
We got one warrior.
ウォリアーズ一人
Ahí
倒し
está el
て
primero.
All
あ
right.
そうニールが
Oh, wait, we see Neil right
気
there.
づかれてないんで撃っちゃい
And
ま
Neil's
した
Está
like
Neil.
looking away. So let's use an assault rifle.
Ahí está. Podemos utilizar un.
あでも見つかりました
Oh, wait.
ワープします
He warped
Otra.
out.
大丈夫かなはい
All right. We got to
Un
find him
arma de
again.
asalto. Un rifle de asalto, algo así. Uy, ahí viene.
ウォリアーズ首
Problemas.
がなくなると突進してくる
Yeah, you need to kind of do a headshot to the warriors to
Me dio un
defeat
headshot.
them.
大丈夫かな
Well, he's doing good.
Uy, le dio. Queda un guerrero y Neil. Cayó. Pero desapareció.
あちょっと逃げられまし
Wait, I think he
Se
warped
transporta.
たタワーの上に
up at the tower.
で
Se movió a la
ウォ
torre.
リアーズも
Yeah, and with warriors as
ま
well.
あどっから行ってもいいんですけど
Well, okay, where should we go? You could go anywhere, so
まあ花火に見とれてるとやられます
yeah, don't be too obsessed with the fireworks. You got to find a route.
あ上にいますね
Okay, I think they're there.
あグレネード
So we'll use a
グレネード
grenade.
Usar una granada.
というところですかはいあはいはい
Oh, that's a nice shot.
はいちょっとせこい戦い方ですよねこれ
Yeah, this is not really cool, right? But it's okay.
ちょっとやばいかもしれない。
Esto no es tan cool.
They kind of found him.
Lo quemaron.
Uh-oh.
ちょっと手こじってますね。
All right.
やばいやばい。
Let's change weapons.
Llegó la de cambiar de arma.
Oh.
Oh, that was close.
Estuvo cerca.
ニールを。
We need to get Neil, though.
Ahí está Neil. Y otra vez, pero solamente se va a transportar o algo así.
Be careful.
Ah, viene otro.
やばい。
Epa, ¿qué usa?
Cryptobite. Yeah, we need to take Cryptobite. Sorry for the life.
Necesita curarse, digamos. Recuperar vida. Necesitaba curarse porque le estaban dando su tomate. Bueno, el objetivo es derrotar a Nate.
All right, good.
Desapareció.
I think we got him.
Bien. ¿Lo podemos rematar o algo? A ver, acércate, acércate. Nah, desapareció otra vez.
逃げられましたんで。
Well, I think we got him.
屋上に逃げましたっけ。
And maybe he went somewhere. Oh, he went to the rooftop.
はい。ちょっと苦戦してますね、彼はね。
Well, Yoshiki is struggling.
AI なんでどこ行くかわからへんので。
Because it's, you know, AI, I don't know where they're gonna go.
まあタワーの上なんでちょっと接近
Probably
になると思います。
up the tower, so we're gonna go find him.
Está buscando a Nate.
Oh.
O está yendo donde.
Whoa, okay, we found a shotgun.
まあ接近戦ですね。
Encontró
Alright, we're gonna go
un
close combat.
ちょっと荷物強いすぎですけど。
Yeah, and maybe too much package on our back.
Ahí está.
で、まあサム声を出せるんで。
And Sam could also
声をか
kind
けて
of
おびき寄せたりもできます
make
けど。
noises verbally, so to distract, you know, the warriors or whoever.
呼んでますけど。
Puede
You could kind of call
distraer
them.
a
I think
los
they're
enemigos
not hearing
con
Sam yet, but
sonidos.
let's try
algo
to
así.
call them, so they'll come right at Sam.
あ、いやいや。
Bueno, eliminó uno.
Oh, that's a nice shot.
Buen disparo. ¿Puede subir por ahí?
あ、ちょ
Sí.
っと上から行きますね。
Yeah, they're probably from above. Let's go above.
あ、スモークを焚いて。
We'll also
Okay.
might use a smoke grenade.
Vamos a usar una granada de humo. Cuidado que le están dando. No, cuidado. No, lo van a adivinar.
Oh, so close.
Cerca. Uy, no le dio, no le dio, no le dio. ¿Por qué está jugando? Se está poniendo nervioso. No, 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 corre, corre.
よっしゃ。
Well, that was good. We got him.
Bien, lo logró.
Yes, Yoshige.
Oh,
Ahí está,
Neil's
está
right
Nate.
there. So we need to
Otra
get
vez,
Neil.
Ya está. Desapareció.
スモーク焚くとこっちも見えないんで。
Well, you know, the thing about smoke grenade is they can't see you, but we can't see them too.
で、逃げました。
All right, I think we got him.
で、今度はどうするんですか
All？right, what are we going to do? What are you doing?
あ、これグレネードピストルという。
It's called a
Bueno, cambió de
grenade
arma.
pistol.
ハンドガンを入れ
So
る
it's
ホルスターがあるんで、
like a
荷物
handgun.
にしなくても
So you don't have to package it. You could put it in your holster. So it's really good.
あ、
A small
これは
gun.
ちょっとせこい戦いが。
Yeah, it's a,
Nice.
yeah,
Bien.
ちょっとせこいですね、やっぱり。
yeah. It's a little cheating in a way. I
Como
mean,
un
not cool.
lanzagranadas.
It's not like how you really want to battle, but anyways.
Cuidado.
Oh no!
Oh.
あ、まあ近づくんですね。はい。
All right, we're gonna go different area.
おうや。
Dice Felipao, que quiere hablar con Kojima para que me mande juego. Sí, háblele,
ニー
háblele.
ルさん。はい。
Yep,
Me
I
lo
think we
manden.
got him.
Hi.
Okay, we'll
Aquí
change
lo
the
jugamos.
shotgun.
ジャンプ。あ、いたいた。はい。
There he is. We're getting him.
Ahí está todavía, desapareció.
Oh, he kind of
Como
warped
que se
out.
teletransporta. No, no teletransporta, se
All right, where do we
mueve.
head now?
あの方に。
Se espuma y se va a otra ubicación.
And you could actually check the Ultra deck to see where he is or he warped to. So we're going to go in that direction.
ちょっと気をつけていきましょうね。
Or I think we know where he is.
はい、ちょっとピンを。
Probably in the graveyard area.
まあもうニールしかいないと思うんで。
And it's only now Neo. It's a face-off with the.
まだ見つかってない。
There he is.
トーマ。
かわいそうに。
Yeah, we could pour Neo.
Ya cabe de una vez con Neo.
Oh, he warped away.
Ahí está. Se sigue moviendo. Esa movida, No, se movió otra vez. Está cerca, parece. Atrás. Ahí. Ahora sí. ¿Ya está? ¿Por fin?
Yes, we got him. Oh, that was a close call.
Snake. No, ahí se despertó. Sí, ya basta.
Did he say Nirvana? Is he implying this
Nirvana?
is some sort of realm for the enlightened?
Ya se fue a mimir para siempre.
Okay, up to
hasta
here.
Ahí nomás.
What'd you guys think of that? I know it's never easy for a creator after spending so many years building a game to finally just show the raw gameplay like that in an unfiltered way.
No es fácil, ¿no? Ver
So
esto.
thank you for doing that, Hideo. I think
El creador del
great
juego.
sense of the gameplay. Very nice of you.
Un trabajo de años.
Well, one note.
Concretado o algo así.
It's a delivery game, okay? Don't forget that.
今回はまあ
But this time,
戦いたくない人は迂回したり
people could avoid battles if you want. Or you could do stealth play if you want. Or I put in a lot of weapons and things like that in the game as well. So if you want to battle, you could. But the game is about to connect the world, right? So don't forget that meaning.
Well, I do think you have a great balance in it.
Bueno, no nos olvidemos de que el juego busca conectar a la gente.
Are so beautiful and so incredible.
El margen de las
some of the
batallas.
missions, when you guys get into it, I think you're going to have a great time playing it. So let me ask you guys, having now seen the game demo, probably for the first time too.
Bueno, les voy a preguntar a ellos solamente
Shioli,
qué
what
les
do you think
parece.
of what Mr. Kojima has in his head here?
Yeah, it's my first time seeing like the actual game footage. It's so awesome. I don't know.
Es
I'm not
sorprendente.
really good at
La primera
games
vez que ve
myself, but I'll
este
definitely have a
avance.
friend come over and help me play it.
Yoshike, it's available. You can pop over. Now, Troy, you've done a lot of games. You've worked on a lot of games, development of games. You obviously know what Hideo did with DS1. What's your reaction to seeing that DS2?
This is my favorite part because as
Es
much
mi
fun
parte
as it
favorita.
is making the game, being on the set, and I have to hand it to him. Hideo does a really good job of like,
Como
there's
que le
a
gustó,
lot of
disfrutó
materials
hacer esta
on
escena.
set when we're there. There's big poster boards and there's a lot of careful diligence that goes into each shot, and so there's a lot of information that we have. With that said, it don't look like that. We're a bunch of goofballs in performance capture suits with cameras hanging off our head in a big gray room. We're idiots being insane. And it's, yes, it's when I co-starred.
Hablo de
Nolan
cómo
North here, everybody.
cómo lo hicieron posible. Haciendo cosas de locos.
But the best part is every time, and it never gets old, and especially in this game, it's like, oh, that's what it looks like. And it's always better than the movie in my
Qué bien
head.
se ve, ¿no?
So I love that we got
En
to
su
see
cabeza
this for
tenía
the
como una
first time with
película.
you guys, and I know it's just a taste of what's to come. I'm just more like, can I get it in my hands right now? Because that's how I feel.
Not long. Woodkid, we've seen some of the quieter moments that you've been a part of in the game. This is obviously a much more action-packed moment. When you were working with Hideo, were you exposed to some of these moments to help inspire the music?
Yeah, all the time. This is the
Sobre
first
la
time I see
música.
that sequence finished, and it's so dope. So, Yeah, I've been fed these kind of things, but like, Hideo loves to talk in percentage, so he will show you something, it will be like 20% done, or like 30% done. And I've seen some of these things like 20, 30, 40% done, but now it's like, it's really amazing to see the stealth thing and everything. I really want to play it, and we might think that he's showing us everything tonight, and you're seeing nothing.
I know. I would agree. Yes. There is so much to this game. I said that's an early sequence from the game, and I've only played, I think it's like maybe half the game, and it's like I can't wait to see the rest of it. And we all won't have to wait long. Obviously, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach is coming out on June 26th, so later this month, which is very, very special.
Bueno, está recordando que el juego sale el 26 de
I wanted to
junio.
ask you, is there anything else that you wanted to share with players today?
¿Quiere compartir cuándo va a estar disponible la demo o algo así?
For Death Stranding, I want to talk about music a little bit more.
Right.
So, since Yoan's here, Woodkid's here, so I want to kind of make a little announcement about some music things.
Absolutely, yes. Woodkid, we've talked a lot about the music and your collaboration with Hideo. I understand you have some news to share with people about many of your songs that are coming together for a soundtrack album.
Yes, I mean, we know the game's coming out like in June 26th, is that it? But you're going to be able to like experience the world of Death Stranding a little bit before, because we made a record, and it's here, it's this guy, and I'm so excited.
Vaya.
So excited
Bueno,
about it.
publicar
It
la
is
banda
a
sonora.
collection of songs that is an arbitrary contraction of the procedural developments in the game. It's initially hours and hours and hours of music, but we had to make it fit in 2 vinyls. So, yeah.
So digital album, and it's coming out when?
Oh, I think it might be just on pre-order now already.
Yeah.
Right now, actually. Are they pushing the button? Let's push the
Ya
button.
pueden
It's out for
preordenar
pre-order now, and it's out in a week.
la música.
On
Yes.
June 13th.
So what's cool is the album is coming out June 13th ahead of the game. So if you want to get a little preview sonically of what you're going to get to experience in the game, next Friday, the Woodkid album will be out. And that has, I mean, more than a dozen tracks, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's there's some variations, and there's even a
Este
featuring
viernes
by
13
someone called Hideo
parece que va a estar disponible la
one of the
música.
songs.
Tell us more, Hideo, can you?
Yeah.
まあまあ大したもんじゃない。
It's nothing, really.
Okay.
It's not. It's amazing. It's my favorite track.
Well, we'll be listening next weekend. Speaking of the soundtrack, I think there's one more thing that you wanted to share with all of us about it, right?
Ahora sí tienes algo más que compartirnos.
神曲なんですけど、
Yes, all the songs are great.
今サブスク
Like
で
super.
To the Wild が出てるじゃないですか。
But you have like
grandiosos.
To the Wilder on your
他の曲も
streaming
うっすら
service. And you
曲名
kind
見え
of
てるん
see
ですよね。
the album like grayed out, right? You could see the title. And I think some of you realized, but
そのちょっと
I wanted to show you a little
ことをちょっとここで紹介
kind of behind the scenes of that.
Great. Behind the scenes of To the Wilder. Check this out.
Las escenas.
So, El,
Yes.
El tema de la música. Está,
Yes.
We're gonna redo it all, just you.
se está enfocando en esta parte de la música, cómo se ha hecho, cómo se hizo. Me parece que va a estar disponible en las plataformas de streaming, ¿no?
Beautiful.
Las principales plataformas de streaming.
But if you doubt and question what the future holds, remember there's no place you can't call home. Who we
It's pretty good. Pretty good. It's getting there.
子供できますか？
Hay en varias partes del mundo. ¿Cuánto habrá costado hacer este juego?
Well, that seems like a bit of a reveal. We know To the Wild are with Woodkid, but it looks like L is also doing a version of this?
Yes.
Teen Spirit.
I saw L's Teen Spirit, and I actually have the soundtrack. And I wanted L to sing. So when To the Wilder was made, I told Yoan, said, why don't we have L sing? But then Yoan said, no, she's my friend, and we sang together once, and it was such a coincidence. And I didn't know. I felt the connection there too. So that's why I had L sing the song with Yoan Woodkid.
Yeah, Yoan, I know you have a long relationship with Elle, right?
Yeah, I shot, as a director, I shot Elle when she was 14, so I've known her for a long time. And 10 years ago, we sang on stage at the Montreux Jazz Festival, and she has such an amazing voice. And on top of just giving so much with the interpretation of the song, she really changed the meaning of the lyrics by her interpretation. So I really, really love that version. And what you've seen here is just a snippet of just all the things we've put together in that record, and the Suginami Junior chorus also that we recorded in Japan with Hideo. That was on my previous record that I brought back on the soundtrack and the orchestra in Paris. So it's been just being all around the world, and the big moment of it was like singing this song with Elle. So I'm so grateful. I wish she was here tonight, so I could tell her how much I love
Ya
her.
lo que han visto, ¿no? Que se ha grabado en distintas partes del mundo, en Tokio.
Can't wait to hear it. Is it the same lyrics? Is it different? What can you tell us about the song?
Well, you have to pre-order it, and you will know exactly what this version is like. There's a few versions of To the Wilder on that record, actually.
Wow. Okay, well, we'll experience it hopefully next weekend. Very, very cool. Hideo, this track, is it something that, is it just for the album, or will this be in the game too?
Well, I want everyone to pre-order.
To the Wild はすごいいい曲で、
To the Wild is such a great song.
劇中いっぱいかかるんですけど、
And of course it's played a lot in the game. But at one moment there's this time, it's like really emotional. You'll have all your liquids coming out from your body. But first, you need to test it, so pre-order.
There's also a vinyl version, made a beautiful limited vinyl with all the beautiful design from the game, and it's also on pre-order now, I think.
Wow.
Like everything's like available to pre-order now.
And vinyl's coming a little bit later, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's great. The soundtrack, obviously, as we mentioned, will be out on June 13th, so this coming Friday, you'll get to experience the soundtrack, and of course the game on June 26th. Well, we're approaching the end of today's show. We don't want to spoil too much of the game for you guys before you play it. But I know today is just the beginning, really the first stop of the World Strand Tour. It's back, right?
はい。26日発売ですけど、
Yes, 26 is the release date, but then afterwards I go to Sydney. The release date will be in Tokyo for an event, and then I go to Paris.
Bueno, van a tener un evento alrededor del mundo
parts of Asia,
con el lanzamiento.
and I'm going to do this all throughout this year to everywhere in the world. So 12 countries, I think, probably. And from November, we'll have this Orchestra Death Stranding tour. And of course, that goes all around the world, so I might go. And maybe Yoan Woodkid participate in this. All other musicians will participate in this classic orchestra tour, too.
Yes, it's going to be a busy year for you, and I know you're in Sydney later this week. So it's so kind of you to come out and be a part of Summer Game Fest and the show on Friday and today, and sharing some of the game with the world for the first time here. Well, before we conclude tonight's premiere, I want to go around and see if anyone has any closing remarks on their thoughts on the chance to collaborate with Hideo and this game, starting with you, Woodkid.
Well, go play that game, because it's quite an adventure. I want to thank Hideo for having me on board. I'm so grateful. I was so free to propose things, and I'm very grateful for that. I'm glad you connected with my darkness the way I connected with yours. And thank you for allowing me so much like CPU like megabytes for the music, because it usually always comes last, and this time it came first, and so I had so much like CPU allowance for the music. So there's so much amazing things you're going to see on that game. Thank you so much. Thank you, Hideo, very, very much.
We did an incredible job, and it's, as I said, a true collaborator with Hideo on the music. Troy, you've done a lot of games. Does this one feel any different to you?
Yeah, man, if it doesn't, then I should get out of this business. It always feels weird to say something so personal in such a public format, but over a decade ago, you hired me for a job, and before you left, you said, or a while later, you came to me and you said, I'm working on a great role for a great game. And you make good on that promise, my friend. And you've not only done it once, but you've done it twice. And when you say you're going to make a great game, you deliver on that promise. So thank you for giving me a job, and thank you for having me back.
No, Hideo is one of the most loyal, upstanding guys out there, and I know he really values his collaboration with you, Troy. You guys have done amazing things in the first game, and just wait until you guys see Higgs in DS2. It's pretty wild. Shioli, this was your first collaboration with Hideo, going from the outreach from him to ask you to be in the game, doing the English and the Japanese voices. I know I've seen on Instagram you being in the studio, recording the Japanese voice. I know this has been a big collaboration for you. Any final thoughts on what it was like to work with Hideo?
I don't even know where to begin. Every single process, as an actor, it was the first time to challenge everything with the shoot, ADR, but I think Hideo really understands what we go through as actors. Just talking about the music, we had like little ear things in our ear, and he'd just play your music, and just something small like that. We don't have a film set, but it really brings all the emotions out, and it's really rare that during like the ADR process, I had a few times where I was almost about to cry, because just his storytelling and the music and everything, when it comes together, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Everything was beyond imagination. So, 本当にありがとうございます. I'm so proud to be a part of this. Thank you.
Rainey has some great moments as well in the game that you'll get to see when you play it. Well, we have one last special message from Elle. Let's take a look at that now.
Bueno, ya que se están despidiendo, puede ser que haya algo más. Bueno, ahí se despide también la que interpreta Tomorrow.
I can't wait for you to see Tomorrow in action and for you to play the game.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Well, before we wrap it up, we have to give the last word of this special celebration to the one and only Hideo Kojima.
Death Stranding is about a game of connection. And when I tried to create 2, everyone experienced the pandemic, right? Together. Everyone was solitude, alone. And people were worried what's going to happen to the future. But then I had to create DS2. And, I talked with Norman, Leia, Troy supported me as well. And the new members, Elle, Shiori, and Yoan as well. We became connected for DS2, and now we're finished. So the game is about connection, but even development was all about connection. So strange story, but when you try to create a connection game, I kind of follow my connection that I had. And I want you to feel that too. And not just us. Everyone had this real experience, and it's in there, what you experienced during the pandemic as well, and I wouldn't have made it with all of these people, including you. So I want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you. I hope you enjoy it.
Espero que lo disfruten, están dando la experiencia de crear el juego, la gente que estuvo ahí. el tema de la pandemia. Lo he remarcado varias veces, lo de las conexiones.
Thanks to all of you for watching online, being here in person. Death Stranding 2 on the Beach is available for pre-order now and launches exclusively on PlayStation 5 on June 26th.
Pueden preordenar el juego. Va a estar disponible el 26 de junio de 2025 para PlayStation 5.
Thank you so much for giving us your time and watching this. We hope you enjoyed today's game premiere for Death Stranding 2 on the Beach for PlayStation 5. Thank you all so much. Have a great night.
Ok, tengan muy buenas noches. Bueno, yo pensé que iban a decir que tenemos una demo, ¿no?, del juego antes del lanzamiento, pero no. O sea, sí hubo una demo, lo que nos han enseñado. No una demo para el público en general. Por un momento pensé que se refería a eso, pero ya está. Ya está. Se acabó. ¿Cuánto tiempo ha durado este evento? Un poco más de 1 hora. Pero sí que se lo han tomado con calma. Realmente con mucha calma. Ok, voy bajándole un poquito el volumen a la transmisión, si es que esto me deja. Ok. Epa, mi mouse desapareció misteriosamente. Genial. Me tendré que mover así. Ok, bueno, entonces ahí está el avance de Death Stranding. Estuvo interesante, pero mucho bla bla bla, la verdad. Fue como que algo, un ritmo muy lento, ¿no? Este evento, este show, esta game premiere fue bastante lenta. Pero al menos tuvimos lo que queríamos. Hay gameplay del juego, luce bien el juego, hay poderes, hay más combate, tenemos una historia que se supone que va a ser más interesante, sin olvidar, como dice Kojima, que esta historia trata de conectar a la gente, y es en especial por el tema de la pandemia, que lo saca nuevamente, porque bueno, si recuerdan en la cuarentena y todo eso, en donde la gente estaba, digamos, más separada, más distanciada. Bueno, entonces a él como que se le ocurrió la idea de juntar de alguna manera a la gente, volver a conectar y eso, ¿no? Creo que lo he dicho antes también. Y ya. Entonces, ya saben, 26 de junio. En un momento no va a llegar a Xbox ni a PC. Seguramente llega primero PC antes que a Xbox. Así que estén atentos a eso. Acuerdo. Entonces, bueno, es lo que hay por el momento. Así que bueno, yo creo que voy dejándolo aquí nomás. Igual el directo va a quedar ahí. Espero que no me compliquen la vida con el copyright. O si alguien quiere ver el avance, ahí leo lo que está colocando antes de irme. 5 años más, dice. 5 años más y ya llega a Xbox. Sí, ya no ofertón todavía. Quién sabe, y es menos, quién sabe, y es menos. Seguramente PC llega quizás un año después. Aunque ya saben que PlayStation ahora está sacando juegos también para PC, ¿no? Entonces, por ahí se libera un año más. O sea, el próximo año de repente ya está disponible para PC en estas fechas, quién sabe. Y el siguiente año para Xbox, o dentro de 2 años, 3 años para Xbox. ¿Qué será? Uy, ya apareció el cursor de mi mouse en mi ratón. Ahora sí, ya voy a poder despedirme. Bueno, yo dejo ahí. Me parece un buen jueguito a mí, No, jugué el primero, pero no lo he terminado. No es un juego para todos. Como muchos dicen, es un juego de simulador de repartidor, ¿no? A quien le guste bien, ya estar contento por esta segunda parte. De acuerdo, entonces me voy yendo. Muchísimas gracias a los que estuvieron durante el directo, a los que se pasaron y estuvieron comentando. No se olviden dejar su me gusta o suscribirse al canal. Recuerden que también estoy publicando cosas en las otras redes sociales. Ahí están los trailers, están noticias con respecto a lo que hemos visto estos días en el blog, en la web. Hay bastantes cosas, bastante información, muchos juegos hemos tenido durante estos días, ¿no? En especial este fin de semana. Y bueno, hemos tenido un excelente, un buen evento de Xbox. Y la llegada de Final Fantasy XVI y la pronta llegada también de Final Fantasy VII a Xbox. De acuerdo, entonces me voy. Muchísimas gracias nuevamente. Que tengan muy buenos días, tardes, noches. Nos estaremos viendo en el siguiente directo. Adiós.